Magandang araw Pilipinas, magandang araw Socsargen. Welcome sa isa na namang edisyon ng ating programang Performing and Informing. Hatid sa inyo ng Presidential Communications Office, Philippine Information Agency at sa pakikipagtulungan ng Information Coordinating Network o ICONSOX. Sa ngalan ng aming regional head na si Fryan Abquilan, ako si Oliver Rivera at samahan po ninyo kaming talakayin ang mga latest development programs, projects ng ating pamahalaan sa ating programang Performing and Informing. Ito po ay mapapakinggan sa ating mga partner radio stations at mapapanood sa Facebook, YouTube at Spotify. Ngayong araw ay makakasama po natin ang Chief Administrative Officer ng Land Transportation Office Regional Office 12 na si Mr. Elmer Obilidon upang talakayin ang mga updates mula sa kanilang opisina. Sir Elmer, ang inyong pagbati po sa ating mga tagapakinig at tagapanood.
Yes sir, good morning, and I'd like to gusto kong batiin ang lahat ng mga nanonood ng istasyong ito, and then sana ay mapaabot namin ang mga importanteng informasyon para sa kaalaman ng lahat po. Once again, good morning po sa lahat.
Okay, diretso na tayo Sir Elmer. Meron po kayong ginagawang free theoretical driving course o yung TDC. Ano po yung mga updates natin ito at ilan na po yung ating nabigyan ng ganitong programa po?
Mayroon po tayong regular na schedule for the TDC. Ito pong TDC is intended for those who are indigents, and then ito po ay walang bayad. Ito ay programa ng LTO since then in order to support the program of the government of bringing cheap, fast, and efficient service to the people. And as of now, mayroon na po tayong 2,425 na mga recipients sa programang ito. And then, we are extending this program to far-flung barangays in order to reach out those who can hardly go to the city or pay for the amount of mga private driving schools. So in fact, we had initial meeting with the top management of LTO 12 under the leadership of our very active and dynamic regional director, Milari King Tumawis, to address the problem on those par areas. So initially, we discussed with some sector to help us to realize the LTO on Wheels. LTO on Wheels is a program planned by Region 12 where we will be going to some areas, far-flung areas, to deliver the services to the people there.
Including yung mga LCAC barangays natin, sir?
Yeah, that was, the idea was conceived because of that LCAC program of the government. And we are now studying actually on how to bring the doctor because that is online, and then we are also studying
For the eye exam, sir.
The eye exam, for the medical certificate to be issued to qualify the applicant, and then on the renewal of registrations of motor vehicle, we are also studying on how to bring in the PETCs because there are areas that has no internet connections. We are studying that. Initially, if we can realize that would be a great help to the people, especially on the far-flung areas.
Kung sa private na mga companies, magkano po ba yung usually inaabot nito, sir?
The price now is ranging from 350 to 500.
So malaking tulong talaga.
Masakit na po para sa mga ibang kababayan natin because mahal na talaga siya. And then, they need to go home every day. Kung may trabaho ka, you have to be absent from your office. So, if they will be enjoying this free TDCs and bringing the services to closer to the people, which is the marching order of the President, then that would be a good help.
Ano po yung mga requirements na kailangan nilang dalhin?
For the TDC outreach program, kailangan lang nila ng a copy of the NSO or PSA certificate, and then bringing along with them the certificate of indigency issued by the barangay where they are residing, and then valid identification card, and if they are married, the marriage contract.
Okay, so 2,425 and ongoing pa po ito, sir.
And then that is continuing. Actually, the location of our TDC, our regular TDC, is at the back of LTO regional office. We have a gymnasium there, and then that would be for free. But because it is limited, we will be posting that through our multimedia for the reservation because limited yung area natin.
Mga ilan po per day or yung duration po nito, sir? Ilang araw po ba ito?
2 days.
And then ilan yung makikater natin for 2 days?
We can cater from 50 to 100.
Okay. Sir, next topic tayo. Ito mainit-init. Maraming nagpo-post nito sa social media. Kamusta na po yung status ng ating driver's license cards?
Yeah, isa po 'yon sa mga problema natin ngayon dahil we had a problem on our driver's license cards. So we promised before, the central office promised before that we will address this problem beginning September. So supposedly we are ahead of the schedule because last August there was already a bidding for the license card, but unfortunately I think the losing bidder, one of the losing bidders, filed a TRO with the court. So in fact, there was initially, mayroon na pong 50,000 na initial delivery of the plastic card. Kaya lang, dahil sa TRO, hindi namin ma-issue.
Okay.
And then, kahapon, tumawag ako sa central office through the chief of the licensing section. Kasi akala namin yung TRO nag-lapse na. So, we can now issue those 50,000 cards that initially delivered by the contractor. But we are...
for Region 12 yun, sir?
Sa Region 12 is only 5,000.
Okay.
And we need to distribute that. I think we decided to have 500 per licensing center. Pero ang problema, ang sagot ng taga-central office, na kailangan pa daw idaan sa DTI for testing yung cards.
Yeah.
So, hindi pa rin namin ma-issue yun.
Okay.
So, yan ang problema sa cards. So, anyway naman, nag-issue naman ng memorandum circular yung aming assistant secretary na yung validity ng license card issued on April 3, 2023 is extended up to April 2, 2024.
So 1 year?
1 year extended siya until such time na masolve na yung problema ng license cards, yung plastic cards.
Anong gagawin, sir, nung mga na-expire na? For example, May 2023 na-expire na siya, valid siya as ano?
That is still valid so far as LTO is concerned. Hindi namin nahuhulihin yun.
Okay, so hindi na nila kaya pumunta pa doon mag-renew. So extended talaga siya for 1 year.
Yun ang isang naisip ng assistant secretary namin to mitigate the problem. Kasi hindi nga maniwala yung iba sa papel na lang.
Yeah. O kasi may instances kasi, sir, na hindi daw tinatanggap yung papel na
Opo, marami
copy.
pong nagreklamo pero mayroon na pong issuances ang opisina namin directing all law enforcers to respect and consider the licenses.
Pati yung mga digital copy, sir.
Opo.
Okay. Meron yung online na mare-request na yung copy ng kanilang licenses, sir?
Mayroon pong ganun. Tapos yun, nire-respeto po yun ng mga law enforcers namin.
Okay, sige. Magandang balita to para sa ating mga drivers, sir, ano? And then patuloy pa rin po yung sa mga gustong mag-renew, sir, ano ang ini-issue sa kanila?
Those who opted to have their licenses renewed during the period, pwede pa rin pero papel nga lang yung issue sa kanila.
Papel. May tatak.
Tapos the best way naman, yung iba naman is yung ingenuity ng ibang Pilipino talaga is yung copy ng license nila na nasa papel, nila yun and then they have it laminated para hindi basta-basta masira. Yung iba, may nakita kong gano'n, which is good para ma-preserve yung nila, papel.
And then na-verify naman ng ating mga basta makita nila yung date ng ating mga enforcer, so hindi nila.
Yeah.
Okay, that's very good news. Sir, doon naman po sa mga replacement plates natin, sir. Sa mga motor vehicles.
Opo.
Update.
Opo, yun po isa sa mga problema natin ngayon kasi nagrereklamo na po kami. In fact, we have some programs and activities in order to address this problem on replacement plates. Sobrang dami na po ng mga replacement plates na nandoon pa rin sa opisina namin. In fact, we are planning to implement measure na i-alarm namin yung mga sasakyan na hindi nila kinukuha yung replacement plates nila. Kasi additional gastos din sa amin, gaya ngayon.
Storage.
Gaya ngayon, nag-additional kami ng storage, nagpagawa kami, then additional expense. Dapat wala yun. We have our rooms sa regional office namin at the 3rd floor. Intended for those mga taga-districts na pumunta doon, may rooms doon for them to relax or to spend their night. Hindi namin magamit-gamit ngayon dahil puno na po sa mga
Plaka
na nandyan ngayon. So, ang number of backlogs na available ngayon na sa motorcycle lang from January to December 2018, mayroon available na po dito. January to December 2018 at saka January to February 2020. Yung iba from February, March onwards, hindi pa po nagawa yon dahil yung sa nasali yun sa mga moving forward na plates. Sa motorcycle lang, mayroon na tayong 14,986 na na-release for 2023.
Na-release ito, sir?
Sa 2023. Tapos, sa replacement plates lang, yung ending 7 to 9, mayroon na po yun. Ending 7 to 9. Okay. As of September 2023, mayroon tayong 472. Pero ang problema, yung unclaimed plates for motor vehicles as of 08 September 2023 is 43,765. And then for unclaimed plates for motorcycles, as of September 2023, umabot na po ng 272,647. Ang dami-dami na. So, yun ang problema namin. We are asking, we will take this opportunity na lang for those listening publics ngayon o sino man yung nakikinig ngayon. Kung mayroon po kayong sasakyan na hindi pa nyo nakukuha yung place nyo, just go to the office of the Regional Land Transportation Office in Coronadal. Dalahin lang po ninyo yung original copy of your OR and CR and valid government issued ID for identification purposes. Pero if you cannot go dahil may busy ka sa trabaho, you may send your representative, pero ibigyan nyo siya ng special power of attorney.
SPA.
Kasi mahirap kasi kung iba makakuha ng plates mo, mahirap lang i-retrieve yun.
Okay.
So yun. So that way siguro, through this program, matulungan namin yung opisina na ma-declog namin yung number of plates na nandun pa rin sa opisina. More is coming actually. Ang daming darating pa na na mga plates namin. Hindi nga namin alam kung saan namin ilalagay.
Sir, may coordination ba to dun sa mga company na nagre-release ng mga units?
Tama. Salamat tinanong mo yan, sir. Kasi last week we had a regional management meeting and we tried to figure it out on how to address this problem yung sa plates. Tsaka mayroon pang darating. One of the strategies that we consider is una yung i-alarm nga.
Yeah.
Pangalawa is during the renewal of their motor vehicles, during the inspection process, kung wala doon yung plates naka-attach, then we will require them to claim their respective plates. And then third is, we are scheduling a meeting with the dealers together with the supply officers of all the districts to also come up with strategies to address this problem.
Maganda yun. Dapat makikipagtulungan din sila para makuha yung mga plates nung kanilang mga customer kasi sila nagbenta nun, sir. Okay. Sir, tuloy naman po tayo. Road safety advocacy activities. Alam ko, patuloy po yung kampanya ng LTO para po dito, sir.
Ang road safety advocacy is a regular activity of LTO Region 12 and all other regions in the country because of that alarming report from the WHO. In fact, according to WHO, road crashes is not just an ordinary incident. It is now considered as health problem because of the number of fatalities, the number of those injured, including the property damage of the road crashes. So kami po ngayon is, we are conducting it. In fact, for 2023, we had already activities up to 37 activities conducted from January 12 to September 23. We already had conducted 37 road safety advocacy lectures. This is aimed to orient people on how to be free, how to be safe, how to be secure while on the road.
Sino yung mga participants natin usually dito, sir? Government offices, mga estudyante, sino po?
There are some companies that are requesting for the road safety advocacy lectures, but most of the activities that we had is in the barangays.
Okay. Sige. Sir, speaking of yung mga barangay, pwede silang mag-request ng free TDC? Opo.
Yes.
Ano po yung kailangan nilang gawin, sir?
Yes, that is correct. But we give priority to far-flung barangays. because we also respect the what you call this, the capital, the investment made by those private driving schools.
Okay.
So, and also we are also considering that the number of participants during the TEDC lecture should not be not less than 50. It should be more. And then in order to facilitate the 2-day or 3 days lecture, prior to the approval of the request, we are sending them the requirements first. Those who are participating in the TEDC lecture outreach program, kailangan kunin na ng sponsoring or requesting barangays yung mga requirements na kailangan to make the process easier and faster. And then, ano bang requirement nila? And then, kailangan mayroong ano doon, mayroong internet, mayroong connections.
Okay.
Kasi
May
online
signal.
kasi yung online. May signal kasi online kasi yun. And then, yung how the participants are accommodated, hindi at the expense of the requesting barangay na po yun.
Okay, mas maganda na yun. Mas pinapalapit na natin yung serbisyo.
Yeah.
Okay. Sir, punta naman po tayo dun sa enforcement, sir. A few months ago, ni-roll out po dito yung ETOP.
ETOP.
Ano po yung updates natin dun, sir?
Mayroon tayong problema sa ETOP. In fact, yung parang outdated na po yung ibinigay nila na equipment sa atin. And then, we are having a problem on the signal.
Sa mga areas na nagkakaroon ng checkpoints.
Sa cloud siya nakakonect. So, kung wala, balik pa rin kami sa manual. Manual pa rin. Ang alam ko, parang pina-upgrade namin yung equipment kasi the objective of the office of the LTO on non-contact policy can never be attained because of that intervening problems na hindi talaga pwede kung walang signal yun. At saka yung unit talaga namin outdated talaga.
So, balik to manual tayo, sir.
Only on areas that are
walang signal.
Pero kung may signal, okay pa rin yung natin.
Enforcement activities natin, sir, patuloy po ba? And then advice natin sa public?
In fact, because of the number of, we have a record from our IT provider, the number of motor vehicles that are not renewed. Marami na hindi na renew. And we think that the only way to address this problem is to intensify law enforcement activity of the LTO. And yun nga, dinagdagan namin yung aming personnel, dinagdagan ng director ng personnel namin, and then he is also planning to have every district has its own law enforcement personnel to intensify the program. Kasi nga ang dami-dami. You can see during the operations, dyan ang checkpoint, ang haba ng pila ng mga sasakyan. Meaning, yung mga sasakyan naka-park at the side of the road, walang papeles yun or any violations nandoon. So, yun nga, panawagan namin na in order to avoid na mahuli kayo, you pay the unnecessary penalty, maapektuhan pang mga negosyo nyo if you are in business, i-register yung sasakyan ninyo. Make your sasakyan ninyo na mga roadworthy. Kasi kahit registered naman, kung sira-sira yung sasakyan na halimbawa walang brake, sira yung brake lights ninyo, hulihin pa rin kayo.
Mga ilan yung enforcers natin, sir, region-wide? May estimate tayo?
Nagdagdag kami, nasa 25 na po kami ngayon na law enforcers. And then, the number of days na mag-operate sila, dinagdagan na rin namin.
Dati, sir, ilan yung
15 lang.
In a month?
15.
Pero hindi to, sir, na ngayong araw dito sila, bukas dito ulit sila. So,
may team na sila ngayon. I think we have already 3 teams na nagsiserve. 3 teams na sila.
And then dun sa location naman, sir, paano ina-identify yung nila? Yung where do they conduct the checkpoints?
May order yun. May order. Hindi sila makapag-operate without the mission order. And the area of their operations is included in the order. And then they are being directed to coordinate with the local government units, especially the PNP, while conducting the operations.
Sige. Tandaan ng ating mga listeners at viewers na dapat sumunod po talaga tayo sa batas. Okay. Sir, ilan naman po yung district offices natin and extension offices natin dito sa region?
As of now, officially, mayroon tayong listed na 8. Pero technically, siyam na yan. Kasi yung sa pulumulok na resolution na lapse into law when President Duterte failed to act on it. So technically, batas na siya.
Batas na siya.
Then we are just waiting for the NOSCA from the Department of Budget for us to hire employees in Pulumulok. Or technically, Pulumulok, under the law, is already a district office. It's not anymore an extension office.
Okay. Saan itong 8, sir?
Ang 8 is, we start with Coronadal, Tacorong, Kidapawan, Kabakan, Midsayap, Surala, General Santos, and Alabel.
Okay, so 8. Kasama na doon yung extension offices naman, sir.
Yung extension offices natin, mayroon tayo sa ililipat natin sa DAS. Yung DAS ililipat natin kung ma-approve na yan sa central office ng DOTR, ilipat natin yan sa Esperanza.
Dato Abdullah Sangki in Maguindanao del Sur.
Maguindanao kasi yung farm na yun.
Farm na yun, sir. So ililipat natin sa Esperanza.
Nandoon na sa central office yung request natin for transfer. And then meron tayo sa e-patrol sa Tumblr. Mayroon tayong extension sa Tumblr para extension office yun. Sa Maasin mayroon tayong e-patrol. Mayroon din tayong DLRO sa Robinsons, Jensan. Mayroon tayong DLRO sa SM Jensan. Mayroon tayong DLRO dito sa Gaisano.
Coronadal. Okay. Sir, paano naman po makokontak ang Land Transportation Office, Regional Office 12?
Ang Regional Office 12 natin sa office ng ng Admin Division is the number is 083-878-0770. And then yung email address namin is lto@division@yahoo.com and 1200dmpaw@gmail.com.
Okay, so doon po nila makokontak kayo yung opisina. Sir, sad to say, malapit na tayo sa oras de peligro. Baka meron po kayong dagdag na mga panawagan sa ating mga listeners and viewers.
Yes, sir. Opo, kasi I forgot. Nilista ko na dito na RD told me to ask an apology for his failure to come. Because when the invitation came to his office, he has already committed to prior appointments. And some other day when he is not busy anymore. Sabi niya, kasi bago pa lang ako, he needs to napuntahan niya, attend to some problems lang ito. Kaya lang na importante na ito, pero mas nakakommit siya doon sa Anyway, anytime soon, he will be making himself available. At saka sana sa mga nakikinig, let us help LTO perform its mandate. Ikipagtulungan tayo. Yung ginagawa ng mga law enforcers natin, yung mga serbisyo na binibigay namin is, actually we are having retooling, we are having seminar in order to make our employees updated with the new trends of services. Gusto naming mapalapit sa ang aming serbisyo sa mga tao, kaya nga may mga plano kami na gaya ng ni-request ni Congressman ng Sultan Kudarat, that in order to realize bringing the services closer to the people, nag-initiate tayo ng resolution sa lower house na magkaroon tayo ng district office in Sultan Kudarat. And then also the RDC has endorsed the possibility of opening an extension office in Libak, because those places,
coastal
areas of Region 12, kasi very fast yung development ng mga lugar, maraming sasakyan. The problem is, hindi nga nare-register sila. Lalo na yung mga namamasahero. Kailangan talaga na ma-register yon kasi in case of road crashes, accidents, fatalities, injuries, walang insurance kasi not registered sila. So, open naman yung opisina namin for any suggestions niyo, kung may kayo, open yun. Sana magtulungan tayo lahat.
Okay, maraming salamat po sa ating guest ngayong episode, ang Chief Administrative Officer ng Land Transportation Office, Regional Office 12, si Mr. Elmer Obilidon. Maraming salamat po, sir.
Maraming salamat din po for this opportunity.
Sa ngalan ng aming Regional Head, Fryan Abkilan, at ng regular host na si Aida Agad, ako po si Oliver Rivera. Sumainyo na naman po ang isang edisyon ng programang Performing and Informing. Magandang araw, Soc Sargen.